He's actually doing really amazing. I think he has grown so much on me. Like, him of first week will not be quiet like this after some time. Like, he has learned so many emotional independence.
Views
like,
as well.
Truly, yeah, I did. Now he's just like, okay, I have to be careful. Like, the first week, it was the first week, everybody would all know.
I think it's possible.
Isco, copy.
Yeah.
Stop for real. Stop, I beg. Can you guys please for real, please? I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fucking fight you. So, please, I'm begging you. Big brother, I don't want to fight.
For this week really serious, forcing the housemates to face their fears, playing scary sounds, bringing in dwarfs, just surprising them with ninjas. It's just a lot is happening, and then dynamics are changing. We are seeing some new strategies, changes in relationships. It's just funny, and I'm giving to this 10/10 housemates because they're keeping up the vibe. They're giving us something to talk about. But I love bringing you all the latest, all the drama from the Big Brother house. Don't forget, this is BB Niger Updates on Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onado, your host. I love to talk with brother and give you the latest updates from the house. We'll be talking some Kola and Dede, also a mix of midday. Some of the scare tactics Big Brother have applied, or even last night, some of the scare tactics, we'll look into that also. And also some of the diary sessions, some of the housemates had a lot to say, from Mansan, Jason J. I'll look at Dede, Faith, and a bit of Telma. So you want to watch till the very end of this video. All right, starting from the top now, we saw Dede in a conversation with Mide talking about Kola and the fact that, she's now, she's, getting to like him because he's now more emotionally balanced, independent. If he was before, now that kiss that they had, yesterday morning, night. That kiss, you don't even still know if it was just a kiss or a peck, because at a point we saw him touching her, we saw her touching his beard, and they were just whispering sweet nothings into each other, and the camera just moved to below their legs, so we don't even know what's happening face up. But I'm hoping that Big Brother is saving that particular footage to use on Showmax, kind of. Sometimes even some fights will be going on in the house and you will not even know what happened, and then days later you see it's being released on Showmax, like we saw with Faith and Imisi. The shock we experienced, Faith hitting Imisi with the pot, and also we haven't even seen the Mensan and Joanna situation where Mensan threw a plate of food on Joanna. We've not seen that up till now, but I'm hoping Big Brother is saving all of that for Showmax. So I think that's what really happened with this Kola and Dede issue, because we can't even, people are divided. We don't know if they kissed or if they didn't kiss. But then what Dede said yesterday made me know that she is in the know that Kola, talks a lot and yaps and goes around the house and says things to different people, because she has been kind of worried that he would say a lot to people concerning their cuddle last night. And then she was telling me that, okay, she likes the new Kola now. He's a lot more reserved. He's emotionally independent now. Before, Kola was very restless around the house. He goes and just stables his matter anyway. And then Mide was also, happy about it and saying, don't worry, it's just me and Bright is going to say it too. You don't have to worry so much about it. You know why it's good to tell people how to treat you and, and all of that. And then I was like, okay, Dede, are you sure you know what you are doing? Because Dede is one person in the house that we felt she had her strategy on lock, doing the whole, hard to get game, playing hard to get, I have a boyfriend outside of the house, I just want to be friends, and then rotating like 3 guys around the rooster. She was one girl that people in the house and even people outside of the house are having this opinion of wanting to humble. Everybody wants to humble her, like, who do you even think you are? Why do you carry yourself like this and blah blah blah. But since that cuddle, hey, I'm beginning to look at her in a different way. I'm like, babe, maybe you don't even know what you're doing. Maybe this strategy of I have a boyfriend, maybe it's even fake. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Because the balance, there's the balance has changed to like Kola having the upper hand, and I'm not saying it's bad that she cuddled. They are human beings, they have feelings and they have to express it. But we didn't even really know that she liked Kola up to this extent before. She was kind of like hiding it. Will I say hiding? Or just playing the whole I'm not interested in getting to know anybody in this house. I don't care. All of her statements is filled. I don't care. I don't care. The first 2 days, the guys came into the house. There are people that she refused to hug. Okay, I don't like being touched. I don't like hugging. And then you are the person we are seeing cuddling now. So wait, is it? I don't understand what is happening. You're speaking from two sides of the mouth. But she also made one also very funny statement that I don't know if to take it as a joke. She said, okay, when all the emotionally available guys were coming to her, she was playing hard to get. She was doing have a boyfriend. Now it's just a remnant. It takes me back to the word she used when she was angry with Kola for kissing Isabella. And then she said, there is no way Isabella would take something away from me first in this house. Like she was gauging the value she and Isabella has. Like, okay, Isabella cannot kiss you first. So you are no longer pure. You are now a used commodity since you have kissed Isabella first. Like making it look like he shouldn't have done that, expressing her anger to Kola. She using that statement of, taking other people's remnants. It was just funny. But let's listen to her conversation with Mide, especially this comment she made about the emotionally available men and the remnants and all of that. Let us listen.
When the real emotional man was asking me out, I said, no, I'm in a relationship.
That's the thing.
No, they don't move on minutes. I don't get all the remnants of this people. What is this?
Be studying, the conversation moved from Dede to Mide, and Mide was talking about her worry when it comes to she and Bride's relationship. And she asked Dede, how does it look? Does it look like I like him more or he likes me more? Because sometimes I'm bothered. I look at Doris and Denari and I love what he does for her. He keeps it for her when we're in the garden or in the arena. He washes her plates. He takes care of her. You just see that he caters to her. But Bright is a lot more aloof. He's standoffish. Even if he decides to do something for me today, tomorrow if I ask him to do it for me again, he'll say, but I did it yesterday. Go and do it by yourself. He has this kind of I don't care attitude. And Dede was kind of giving her that reassurance, like just keep doing what you're doing, enjoy yourself. If you start thinking of who likes you more, it's going to, bother you. But I have my own theory about Bright. But I also watch the discussion and I would come back to talk more.
He's actually doing really amazing. I think he has grown so much on me. Like, him of first week would not be quiet like this after some time. Like, he has learned so many emotional independence.
Views
like,
as well.
Yeah, I did. Now he's just like, okay, I have to be careful. Like, actually doing really amazing. I think he has grown so much on me.
Like, I think other people, maybe it's the way they talk in this house, because I know he likes me well. I don't know, like measuring it onto. I feel like there's way people say, Mide. I don't feel like the guys relax. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head. I remember Culture saying something like, because when Biggie called him for, what's it called? When Biggie called him for, oh no, maybe it's, I think what started it is the Denary and Doris. Yeah, maybe help me wash my plates. Like, I know I washed it yesterday. You washed your plates today.
Hey, shit. Queen, please, can you bring me a baby wipe? Your wipe, please.
My theory about Bright Morgan is that he just needs Mide in the house as a cuddle buddy, just like he told me, brother. I came into the house trying to play my game alone, but when I came into the house, I was so overwhelmed. I saw 28 other people and I knew that I needed my own person that would have my back, that would be there for me, that would be like my emotional support, my moral support, somebody I can lean on. And that person is Mide, and that's the purpose that she's serving. All of these are emotional, I like you, I did not like you talk, let's test our relationship. You know, concern Bright, oh, that's not what he's here for. Just serve your purpose and keep it moving. Honestly, Bright even looks to me like after that house, after the show is over, he will look me there in the eye and tell her, I'm no longer interested. Go and face your life. We have finished doing what we're doing. That's the kind of person Bright is to me. He doesn't care. And then Mide is like this lovesick puppy and having expectations. When the guy has literally told you that I have a relationship outside of the house, you to use him for to relieve cold in that house. Use him for the purpose that he's using you for. So why would you even want to start being so emotional? Calling it a full-blown relationship, having wishes and the rest. Really, that's what the problem I have with some of these ladies. When they come into the house, they get so emotional, they forget why they are even there, they refuse to play the game, they just become like, let themselves go, like, okay, you came to this house to find love, you couldn't find love outside of the big father house. So that's the theory that I have. Bright does not even really care about it. Even when you see him having conversations about Mide in that house, even the tone of his voice, you will know that this guy knows send. Honestly, he doesn't really care. You see, this girl Mide, the other day he was telling Victory before Victory was evicted, that he hope this girl doesn't fall for him or blah blah blah. He's just doing this and that. He's scared that she will fall. Why would he even make that kind of statement? Honestly, I don't. Bright Morgan is one person I don't care so much about for in that house. But I'm quite sad with the way Mide is carrying on. She has so much to give, and then she's just relying and having hopes for this relationship with this guy that has told you he has someone outside. So just do your thing and keep it moving. Why do you have all of these high expectations for a man in a relationship? All right, let's move on now. Talk more of Big Brother's scare tactics he's using on this housemate. We're talking smoke. Sudden smoke in the kitchen, in the storeroom area. Big Brother ninjas scaring these housemates, and then a dwarf just coming from nowhere dressed with a mask and red clothes. And Kola lost his mind yesterday. He was so scared and saying, Big Brother, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. I will break the TV and all of that. But let us watch this again. And let's see the effects Big Brother had on these housemates. I'll be back to talk more about the diary sessions.
Hey, Jesus Christ. What did happen for this house? Hello?
Holy Ghost fire you. He's doing ha 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 ha. They thought I would be the one to speak. It's too late. Come.
Ah ha 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 ha. This one is one of two. I want to be ah ha 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 ha. Is it good? Like, is it ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha. Can you stop for real? Stop, I beg. Can you guys please for real, please? I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fucking fight you. So, please.
Nepo baby, like an Ajebo, schooled in London, lives in London. And he has spoken over and over again of how his father especially kind of discouraged him from coming into the Big Brother house. Like, it's a jungle, it's a war zone. And yesterday, while watching him struggle, I started thinking of how he's rethinking all of his life's choices. Like, am I supposed to be here? Maybe I should have listened to my father and not come to this war zone. But then it's not easy to be a man. That's the price of fame, okay? If you want to be famous, you have to go through all of these hurdles. But then some of the housemates had their diary sessions yesterday. We're talking Jason J, Dede, Faith, Telma, and Mensa. We'll be talking a bit about some of the things they spilled to Big Brother during the diary session. I always love diary sessions because it kind of opens up what's playing in the mind and the heads of some of these housemates. They try to explain their strategy, tell Big Brother, what things that are making them sad, uncomfortable, or happy in the house. And it's like a window for us, the audience, to know what they are going through. Then let's start with Jason J, because his diary session was one of the ones I enjoyed it, and it also annoyed me on both sides. He told Big Brother that he wished that this diary session came last week. We know last week, Ebuka, during the Sunday live eviction, revealed the kiss Coin and Sultana had. And then Jason J was quite taken aback by it. He was angry. He was also angry about the fish comments Dede made. So looking at the reaction he had between Sultana and also Dede, we got to see a lot more anger towards Dede. Even while they were trying to settle their grievances, Dede asked him over and over again, like, why is it that you are angry with me because I called you a fish? And then you are not angry with Sultana. She kissed somebody in like the first week, and she hid it from you for almost 2 weeks before Ebuka now, opened everything for the whole world to see. And he kind of told Big Brother that he's confused, he has this strong relationship or friendship with Dede, and he also had like a sexual chemistry with Sultana, but he's wishing that Sultana would kind of create a balance and, help him when it comes to the whole kissy and all of that, to maintain his relationship outside of the house. And Big Brother dragged him for filth. Like, Big Brother dragged him. Like, why is the onus on Sultana to control you? You are the one in a relationship. And then you are saying Sultana is supposed to help you maintain the balance so you don't lose your relationship. And then you have told her already, and she's supposed to help you to maintain your relationship. I love the way Big Brother dragged him in. Like, why is that responsibility on Sultana? The fact that Jason J can't even take accountability is one of the things I don't like about him. He sounded like your normal cheating, like a cheating man that looks for any excuse to hide or giving reasons to give while, he cheated. Oh, I cheated because of this. I cheated because she came to me. She was tempting me. She was a temptation. And then they just take themselves out of any sort of accountability. That's exactly what Jason J sounded like. But talking about the anger he had for Dede, being a lot more higher than what he has for Sultana, I told Big Brother that what he had with Dede, they had an understanding that this was a friendship. And the fact she called him a fish kind of put him in a basket or like in a corner. And he made the whole world look at him like he was one of the guys in her life. Because what he had with her is a lot more special than whatever she may be sharing with Coin or Kola. So that was where his annoyance was from. But what he has with Sultana is a lot more surface level. Like, it's just the whole sexual tension. Like, okay, someone to kiss, someone to hold, someone to cuddle. There's nothing serious. That's the picture he painted to Big Brother. But we know in the house is a lot more different. He calls Sultana his woman. I remember the day last eviction show where Ebuka revealed Gigi's comments about, Gigi's gist with Sultana about Doris and Denari's relationship and all of that. And then he went and warned Denari, like, okay, warn your babe Doris, so I don't want her to have any problem with my woman. I was like, okay, Sultana is your woman, hey. But then you'll be surprised that he had that amount of anger for Dede for calling him a fish. She just called you fishes. But this is somebody that from the first or second week we started seeing that Kurukere movement between him and Sultana. And then she even kissed Coin. Before she kissed Coin, she was already having something with Jason G in that house. So kissing Coin was supposed to was supposed to have a lot more reaction from him than whatever Dede said. But then we are seeing the opposite being the case. So it beginning to look like, does he have something more emotional towards Dede? Like, has he fallen in love with her? Can I use the word love when it comes to what he feels for Dede? But Sultana, it's like, whatever. Those ones there, I feel like even after this house, they'll still be running their package outside. That's Jason J and Sultana. I don't trust those their movements. I don't trust it. Because Dede has been a bit more hesitant when it comes to her relationship with Jason J. It's always, surface gist, like friendship. Dede doesn't allow any kind of touching or romancing or kissing or whatever. But Sultana is always ready to offer herself like a burnt offering. Not even only Jason J. The way she has been moving in that house, I'm not comfortable. Anybody can just come and hold her or hug her or kiss her. She's just too laid back for my how a woman is supposed to package herself. Sultana kind of doesn't have that yet. That's my grievances with her. So it's very easy for Jason J to, put her on that pedestal and say, okay, Big Brother, Sultana is supposed to help me to maintain my relationship, supposed to help me with my head in the game and all of that. So he also told Big Brother that he was going through a lot last week. That's why he didn't perform so well in the arena games, the HOH games. He was very distracted, smoking a lot because he felt really bad about the whole Dede matter and then Sultana revelation and all of that. But, when he won the most influential person, it was kind of something that uplifted his spirit and all of that. So let's move on now to a bit of Mensan. Mensan is somebody that, in that house, he makes me really laugh. He's a talkative. He talks too much. And then I begin to wonder, like, how this one that is even like this inside the house, how is he outside? You know the way he even talks to Big Brother, eh? And then the tears again is another thing. Mensah cries every of his diary session. He always, he's always crying, always having something to complain about. But then Big Brother asked him why did he nominate those. He nominated Ivata and Sultana. And then he said, okay, Ivata hurts his feelings and, kind of spoiled his name in the house. He has used a reputation outside of the house, and they're coming to Big Brother to further his dreams. He has so many dreams. He said he wants to do masters in, I think, oil, petroleum, engineering, something like that. He has dreams of becoming a commissioner. He has political dreams of also becoming a governor. So he wants to maintain his slate as clean as possible. He wants to maintain his name. But then Ivata going on to kind of spoil his name, calling him a pervert and all that is something that makes him really, really sad. And then he also revealed to Big Brother that, okay, him and Ivata are really close in the house. There were even moments where she tried to show him sign like, okay, she wants to have sex with him. But because he refused her advances, she became really mean to him. Also, the Sultana situation too, where he jokingly played with Sultana in the bathroom and said, I want you to be in my bed, or I want to follow you to my bed. And Ivata got jealous. She also gets jealous when he dances with other girls in the party room. And also Sultana, believing everything Ivata has to say. It's just the whole chaos going on between him and those two women were too much for him to bear. And then Big Brother had to ask him, like, some of the jokes you say to Ivata, don't you think that some of them might be hurtful to her? I said, it's just jokes now, Big Brother. I'm just joking. When I told her that, why does she have all these plenty tattoos on her body, I was just joking with her. I didn't take it serious. But Big Brother said, the fact that it's a joke to you, she also has a right to her own, to her own opinions. And Big Brother tried to uplift his mood and said, okay, people can see, they can be a testament to how good you are. And, one person's word against you is not going to completely spoil your name. Mensah is quite worried that he's on national TV and every perception about him is going to go far. Millions of people are watching. So I was quite worried about that. But Big Brother had to give him all of the reassurance and all of that. So let's move on now to Dede also. Dede is also one person that shocked me during a diary session. When Big Brother asked her, what's the latest? What's going on in the house? How do you feel? She said, oh, Big Brother, I'm fine. Nothing's really going on. Everything is okay. Nothing major has happened. And it really shocked me. I thought she was going to talk to Big Brother about the whole cuddle kiss saga between her and Kola. Hey, I was just wishing that Kola's diary session was going to come up. Kola had his day before yesterday, so he couldn't have it again. I was wishing that, Kola is one person that really converses with Big Brother. When he's in his diary session, he lays it all out there. He says it as it is. But then I'm wondering, like, why would Dede hide something like this? She even was on the bed that night laughing with Kola and say, okay, the camera is on us. I know so many people are going to be talking about this, that we're doing something spicy. So she should have that idea that, she was on the camera, the whole world would have seen her. But the fact that she's not even saying anything about it, I'm wondering, okay, is this strategy, or did she just lose guard that night, or did she get emotional? It was like a cold, scary night. Maybe she just needed the whole cuddle thing, or maybe it's actually real. She's liking Kola. Maybe there's no boyfriend. Maybe she's losing her strategy. Dede. I was just confused throughout that diary session because no revelation, no talk about the kiss, nothing. I was even thinking that it was one of the major conversations she was going to have with Big Brother, but surprisingly, that didn't come up. Let's move on now to Faith. I love Faith's diary session because Faith is very, eloquent. He's vocal. He's detailed when he speaks to Big Brother. He says his mind as it is. He's not just rambling in the diary session like, okay, let me just talk. Like some people in that house, people like Denari, they really don't have a lot of things to say, but they'll just keep rambling for hours. But Faith, whenever he has his diary sessions, he's really, very detailed about whatever picture he's painting to Big Brother. And then he talked about, the house, the fact that some people in the house might not like him. They might feel he's so troublesome, but he has this attitude in him. He always wants to win. He reminisces on the words his father told him and encourage him to always be the best at whatever he does. So that's what has pushed him so far to always want to do the best in the house. He said that some of the housemates might not like him and feel like he's so intense, but he doesn't feel that way. He doesn't hate anybody and all of that. He talked about his friendship. Sultana also came up. And then he said that he was quite unhappy with the relationship he had with Sultana because she doesn't reciprocate the good things he does for her, because we've been noticing that for some time Sultana and Faith were not as close as they used to be. Remember in the first week or the second week, Faith and Sultana had a blowout because of this Jason J sleeping on her bed matter. Faith was the first person that started cuddling and sleeping with Sultana. Then all of a sudden, Jason J came and took over, and Faith was left out in the cold, in the desert. And the way Sultana handled it, she handled it really badly. So that kind of sprained their relationship. But over time, we've been seeing Sultana kind of coming back to him. I don't know whether it has something to do with whatever she's gaining from him when it comes to tax. Faith is, as he said, I always win, I never lose. Faith gives his all when it comes to tax. So I think Sultana is kind of taking advantage of that. And then he told Big Brother about the fact that he does so many good things for her, but she doesn't reciprocate. She just wants to just collect. She doesn't, offer help. She doesn't give those like acts of service that he gives to her. And he also talks about her not being trustworthy. Like, he mentioned a case of she withholding Doris's necklace, and when Doris came to ask her, she said she's not with it, but he knows that she's with it. But then he gives him this kind of burden, like he has to bear the burden of her secret. She's somebody that I think he called her untrustworthy, or she's somebody that you can't trust. But then him knowing so many bad things or bad decisions she has made in the house, and the fact that he can't really share it with somebody is like a burden, to him. Moving on now from Faith to Thelma. Thelma talked to Big Brother about her issues with Rude Boy. Thelma is somebody that is very, very controlling. She likes to be in control, honestly. I saw a tweet some days ago where somebody said Thelma's workers in Port Harcourt, they will heave a sigh of relief for like 3 months. They will rest a little bit because Thelma is in the Big Brother house. Thelma must be a horrible boss. I'm not saying she's a horrible boss. I'm just talking about that tweet because she's very, she picks on every little thing. We know that Thelma is a big businesswoman in Port Harcourt. She had I think she has a skincare business. But some people talk about sometimes it can come up as mean, especially when she always wants her way. That's why she always has blowouts with Faith. It's like, it's either my way or no way. Whatever I say is what exactly would happen. I'm not ready to listen to any other person. Thelma is that kind of person. I think she and Rude Boy had a blowout over bread. And then he came to her and said, I want to settle it. And she's like, I'm not ready to settle anything, I beg. Every single time an issue comes up with Rude Boy and he always wants to settle something, and then she told Big Brother, I'm tired of this friendship with Rude Boy. Rude Boy, every time he comes up with something and then he wants to talk about it or settle or one of the, I'm not ready for all of that. Thelma is somebody that is very strict. I see that strictness in her. She's I don't know, she just tries to always be dramatic, whether it's to create content or Abida is who she is. It can be intense and tiring. Every single time you see Thelma in a blowout with one person or the other in that house because of control. She always wants to maintain control. She doesn't like being told what to do. Remember her 24 hours short-lived HOH reign. Remember that those few hours was like a military regime. The house was in chaos. The house was in chaos. The fact that she couldn't even carry the housemates along. It was like, it was a military officer that was on the throne. So that is Thelma for you. She's quite dramatic, and I don't know if that's for content or whatever, but I wish her well in the house. But that's all we have today on BB Niger Updates on Leadership TV. I'll be back tomorrow with more updates from the BB Niger house. Please do well to like, share our post, and also leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'm still Cynthia Onado. Bye.
Be part of our brand. Leadership.